it's Windwolf and welcome back to my channel. Today we are building a cute little gray Suburban for a small little family. I really love how this build turned out. I wasn't expecting it to be as good as it was. It was based off a reference picture, but I don't have the reference picture anymore, so I'm sorry. It was based off of sort of like a farmhousey, but maybe not super modern. I don't know. It just seems like a very stereotypical suburban home to me, but it was supposedly farmhouse. And the reason I picked it was because it had this really nice yellow color, but unfortunately I couldn't keep the yellow color. It's funny because the things I like most about houses that I'm like, oh, that would look really good in The Sims, so I'm going to build it, are usually things that I end up not being able to actually replicate. So all the builds I originally choose to do are not builds I would have chosen if I had known that I couldn't do it in The Sims, which I think is a little bit funny. But this house was super cute anyways, but I really liked this gray wood tone they used. Not gray, sorry. This yellow wood tone they used. It looked so nice, but unfortunately, The Sims yellow tones just didn't match up to it in terms of the sidings, because you either had this really saturated yellow tone or you had this other softer yellow, but it kind of looked more like a skin tone than yellow, or like maybe like a tan. I don't know, but it was just not what I was looking for. Like, I'm looking for like a nice pastel yellow, or like an, like kind of like an Easter yellow, and that's not a thing in The Sims. The Sims just doesn't do pastels apparently, which I think is horrendous and extremely offensive. And what the hell is wrong with you, Sims team, for not giving us nice pastels? But yeah, so I couldn't do that. So this ended up being gray. And I was like, if I'm going to do gray, then I should make it more modern. So then I was like, okay, not gray, but let's do blue. And the blue ends up looking gray anyways. So it's a bit weird. This house is a bit weird. And on the inside, I actually use I use gray flooring. I use gray flooring. And I've used like gray flooring in terms of like stone, if I'm doing like a modern house and there's some cement, then I'll use gray, obviously. Usually I'd go with like a not like the default gray. Like, I think I'd pick a different flooring than the default flooring, or I would recolor it so it's like darker so it doesn't look like the default flooring. So I've used gray flooring before, but not gray wood flooring. So this house was made using gray wood flooring, and I have to admit it turned out really good. I debated changing it halfway through, but changing it would have been a terrible idea because it looks so nice with the gray flooring. I think it looks clean and slightly more contemporary, but still like a nice suburban. Like, it looks like a nice renovated suburban. So it still sort of looks more homey and traditional, but also like it's been updated. Like, I feel like the gray floorings make it look more updated. I suppose a light wood tone also would have, but whatever. I wanted to try something else. I wanted to do something new and different, so that's why I went with the gray wood tone. I really need water, but I don't want to restart this voiceover or like pause the voiceover. Okay, so yeah, we went with a lot of gray here. I just really wanted to go with like a nice gray home, and this house was originally meant to be pack limited. I know I didn't do pack limited. I really tried, guys. I tried. My intention, the intention was there. Okay, I was like, let's just use cats and dogs. Let's make a nice, simple family home using only cats and dogs. So then I start building, and I'm like, oh my god, I really want to use these really simple pillars from Get Together, because they're the pillars that, literally everyone uses to put on the side of the houses so it looks more finished. Those are from Get Together. They're not base game, which is stupid and rude, honestly. It's just offensive. So I was like, okay, we'll use Get Together just for those, and we'll use cats and dogs. So then I start building, and I'm like, I don't know what couch to use. I can't pick a good couch because the cats and dog one looks too old, but the other ones in base game look so simple, and Get Together just has nothing in it anyways. So I'm like, okay, what about these couches that I'm not supposed to be picking? I'm like, what about one of these couches? So then I'm like, what if we picked cottage living and cats and dogs and Get Together? And those could just be the packs we use, right? So then I get into the kitchen, and I'm like, cottage living counters are too old. Base game ones are too new. we're going to make this a family home. Why not use parenthood as well? So then I'm like, okay, this will be the last pack. We'll do cottage living, cats and dogs, get together, parenthood, and that is it. And then it goes on where I'm starting to do the bathrooms and this little hallway, and I'm like, that nook right there would be perfect for laundry. So I'm going to use a laundry pack. And at that point, I decided, at this point, I'm using so many freaking packs that just forget it. I'm going to use whatever I want. So I tried limiting. I really did. It just didn't work out for me. Also, I'm really proud of this little laundry nook I made because I think it was like the perfect place to put laundry. And the best part about it is it uses up the hallway space, because otherwise this would literally just be useless decorative hallway space. Like maybe I could have put a computer there or something, but otherwise it probably would just been nothing, it just wasted space in The Sims. And the great thing is that this actually looks like a little laundry room section. A lot of times, like when you have free space, like say for example in a stairwell, or like just in the hallway, you might put a computer there and a desk and be like, well, now we've got, something useful there, or like a bookshelf maybe or something. But, it doesn't really look like an office. It just looks like this random space that you've put a desk in to kind of, use it up. But here it looks like an actual like built-in laundry. Like it looks like that's supposed to be there, not like you just threw some stuff to make it, filled up or whatever. You could have done the same thing. Like if you had put an office there, you could have put like a desk and some bookshelves, and it maybe would look more like an actual formal office space. But I was just really proud because it doesn't just look like a random little nook that I decided to put laundry in. It looks like a formal, laundry room, or like semi laundry room at least. So I was pretty proud about that. I think it looks so good. I'm also really happy with how this floor plan came out. I did base it off of the reference picture. The reference picture came with floor plans, and I was like, I've been struggling a lot with floor plans lately. Maybe it's time to go back to relearning. So I was like, let's just follow some floor plans. They didn't have their laundry room there, and I did make some, like, there's some liberties, because you can't make everything the same in The Sims as it is in real life. Although this one was fairly similar. I think the only thing that was different was the dining room, because technically they had their dining room in the living room to the left side, and that just wasn't going to work for us. There was not enough space to do that. So I was like, yeah, we'll make a separate corner. And I ended up turning that little, because that little it's like kind of octagonal, but not. That little corner there is just not usable for literally anything. Like, it would have been nice to have in the living room. You could have put a couch in there, or maybe even a bedroom, putting a couch in there. But the couches that we have, like the corner couches, they didn't actually fit because it's not right. Like, the dimensions were off a little bit. So I was like, never mind, we can't do that. So then I was like, what am I going to do with this empty, stupid space? I'm like, well, I could put a gardening corner, a little fake greenhouse section, or I could put the dining room there, because the dining room and the living room doesn't make any sense for this build. So I was like, yeah, we'll do the dining room. I did not playtest that. The room is very small and like segmented, like really not segmented. It's like really squished in there, the dining table. So I don't know if it's actually playable. That might be something worth checking out when you download the build. I never really playtest my builds. Sometimes I do, and if I do, I'll say it. And like in my gallery, I'll be like, oh, I playtested this. But usually I don't playtest because it's a pain in the butt. It's a pain in the booty, and it just takes time. 90% of the time, I'd probably even say like 99% of the time, builds are almost completely functional. Like, you could definitely use like a good portion of the build. It might be just here and there. Maybe there's a bookshelf that I've like placed in a wall, or sometimes, like I said, dining rooms might get a little cramped. Just little things. Sometimes they're things that you don't even need. Like, I'll have 5 bookshelves in the house, but like one bookshelf won't be accessible. So like, I don't bother playtesting it, because I feel like when I build with the intention that you'll actually be able to use it, right? But I don't build with the intention that you'll use it. Maybe there's like 1 or 2 things that's decorative, so I won't bother being like, oh, I need to make sure this is playable, because I don't care if it's playable. It's just supposed to look nice. So like, I build my houses with the intention of them being able to be used for gameplay, but I don't like sacrifice maybe a cool idea just to make sure it's playable. Like I might add 1 or 2 things that won't be touchable or usable, but they look really cool. So I don't play test because of that. 90% of the time, I know the spacing in the Sims. I've been building a long time. Sims are pretty crafty. They can get around things pretty easy usually. So I just build it with the intention of like being like, okay, a Sim could probably walk through there, but I'm not gonna like go back and check it, especially because a lot of the houses I used to build were super big. This one's not very big, but in the past I've built like not super big, because I feel like you guys are going to think of like a Sims mansion. I'm not talking about mansions. I'm just talking about nice suburban homes. But I've built like really big, grand rooms with like a lot of stuff in them, and I don't want to play test that. That's just such a pain. So part of it's like just saving time. The other thing is I just feel like it's kind of useless because I already have, so like I already do my best to like look when I'm building and be like, okay, that could probably work, you know? So at that point, it just doesn't feel like worth it to like spend the time and check when I already know that there's a fairly good chance that they do work and I don't need to test it. What else? I also messed up the flooring around this. I was trying to do like that wraparound porch thing with the triangular tiles, but it didn't work out for me. I don't know. It's just like it was weird because it had the right design, but the lines of the flooring weren't matching up. And that's happened like twice now since I've done this recently. I don't know if it's a glitch that's going on or if I just don't know what I'm doing. And this flooring in itself was kind of hard because there's not really that many like distinct planks, to work off of. So I kind of gave up halfway through, and I didn't remember that I did because I remember thinking, oh, I'll go back to it, and I don't think I ever did. So don't pay too much attention to the flooring, okay? We don't need to see that mess. You know what I mean? We just don't need to see it. So yeah. And then this was the living room. I did the living room last. It was the hardest room for me to figure out what to do in. Like I didn't know what couch to use. I didn't know what color scheme to go with. There were like 2 really cool color schemes I was thinking about. One of them was a dark, I think you saw it briefly. It was like this dark navy blue. That would have looked so cool in this house. And then the other one was like this more minty, sagey green. I do kind of wish I went with the blue because this whole house is very like dark and gray. And I feel like this kind of blue room is something that I wouldn't be doing normally. So it would have given me a good chance to branch out. But unfortunately, I did not branch out. I left. So yeah, that's unfortunate. That's okay. What was I saying? I already forgot, y'all. I'm not gonna lie to you. It is 4 a.m. in the morning right now, and the only reason I'm up is because I was chatting to some of my Twitch streamer friends, and I was like, okay, well, I'm chatting. I'll just edit this video, because I was like, oh my god, today's Tuesday. I completely forgot that today's Tuesday. So at first I was like, okay, maybe I'll just miss this upload and post tomorrow instead, because I'll definitely be done. But then I was like, it's already 3 a.m. Why not just, completely finish the video and do a voiceover? And then I messed up my voiceover 3 times. So now I'm officially tired, and it's 3:58 in the morning. Why did I do this to myself? I don't know. So yeah, I'm so sorry if you have to deal with this. This is also why I'm like really energetic right now. I feel like I'm talking very fast. And I feel like I'm not talking like I usually talk right now. At night, if I don't sleep, I get so hyper. I don't know why that's the case, but I always am very energetic if I stay up late. I don't know why. I've never understood why. Also, I was so pissed about this because the game was like, I moved all of the ceilings and stuff, or not ceilings, but the roofing, because I wanted to like easily access this little upstairs area. But then freaking, I don't know what the hell was going on. The game, you know how like if you have your house inside a ceiling, or not ceiling, inside a roof, it might paint the wall that's next to the roof color. Like there's no choice, but for some reason I did have that choice and it was just fine. And then I moved it because I wanted to build, and when I went to put everything back, it fucked everything up. So it made my heart very sad. I still don't know why that happened, but I tried, y'all. I really did. Just another thing to point out, by the way, I did not record the landscaping for this build. I'm so sorry. I was talking to people and I just, at first I was like, oh, I'm not going to press record because I was just adding like extra clutter stuff inside. But then when I started doing the backyard, I just forgot to actually record it. And I was like, whatever, it's fine, so sorry, I'm very tired. It is what it is, it's okay. We don't need to see every single little thing in a build. So, yeah, I'm so sorry. I know that would have been interesting for you guys to watch, but I really did just forget. And to be fair, I didn't really do that much, so maybe, and I do the same landscaping every single time I build, so like hopefully if you guys want to see how I do landscaping, you can find a similar video somewhere. Also, I really like this bedroom. It's the cutest thing ever. I don't know why I like this bedroom so much. So originally I was building this and it was a lot more mature, and I was like, I already built like a mature teens room downstairs that has no toys, so I was like, okay, I need to make this a kid's room. So it becomes a kid's room with some cute little toys and just really nice decorative. So mad. Don't even make me look at this. I was so mad. I really wanted to fit like a built-in desk over there, but I couldn't do it. It made my heart so sad. It just made me so sad that I couldn't succeed at that. So unfortunately, the desk is not a thing in this build. I think I actually got rid of desks completely. And I might have put a kid's drawing table, but I don't think I did. But yeah, this room is really cute. I'm just kind of sad that I couldn't get that desk in the corner where I wanted it to be. So that's unfortunate. But yeah, I hope you guys liked this video. You're getting towards the end here, so I'm going to say goodbye to y'all. I really, really hope you guys liked this video. We're so close to hitting 250, by the way. Like, I suspect that we'll hit 250 by today or tomorrow, maybe even. So make sure to hit the subscribe button if you haven't already. I appreciate it so much. It makes my day every single day when I see that number go up and know that there's more of you guys watching me and listening to me and interacting with me and stuff like that. Anyways, I hope you guys like this video. As always, if you do, please give it a big thumbs up. Everybody go time. I hope you guys are having a great day, and I'll see you next time.